All right, guys, welcome back to the Common Sense Podcast. I'm Cole Smith. My Instagram is @CJuliusWorkout. So today we're going to discuss the Brittany Don case with the state of Texas. I thought this was a great case to talk about because it talks about the dangers of the online fitness industry, as well as we can look at how to protect ourselves online when we're trying to find reviews to give us comfort in that we're giving money to a business that we're going to get back what we asked for, right? All right, so let's get into the case. So the state of Texas is suing Brittany Don between $250,000 and up to $1 million. As I go through the case, up here you should see the case scrolling. I'm going to scroll through it so you guys can see what I'm talking about, as well as I'm going to put a link in the description box, right? And the state of Texas is also asking for a non-injunctive relief as well, so that's good to know that. It's good to know that. But effectively, back in 2014, I think all the way up until 2019, she was selling macros and training, macro consultation training programs, showing people and just providing communication with her clients. She offered a macro consultation for $92, as well as a 90-day program that was $100 per month for macronutrients consultation training, as well as the back and forth communication to let you know so if you need to talk to her about which training programs she can make modifications, make sure that you have this back and forth communication along the way for your journey, so that way if you do have any questions, she can provide you with the assistance, right? Come find out, some of her clients were communicating and noticing that they had the same amount of macros, or the training programs weren't personalized. And when you buy these programs, they're supposed to be personalized. Obviously, that's fraud. You want to feel like when you're spending that, you're spending money for a personalized type of program. You're getting something that is personalized. So these people, got together. And that's how, and in 2019, all this kind of blew up. I remember, I think on her on Brittany Don's YouTube page, she came out with an apology video. She went on ABC saying, pretty much trying to clear her name of these accusations. But again, people were sending emails, sending macro plans, seeing that, a more heavier set person was having the same macronutrients as a person who was smaller. Obviously that can be dangerous if the gap is too big. If the gap in the macronutrients is too low for the heavier set person, they could pass out. That's very dangerous. You don't want your clients going to the hospital because you didn't provide the macronutrients that made sense and shifted as their weight shifted as well, right? So that's part of the case. As you kind of scroll down a little different parts of the case, there was also she was also charging people shipping fees for online programs. Why were you charging shipping fees? There was also when she was working with some of her client, apparently she said that she used fitness to help with her eating disorder. So she was getting clients who were working with her who had eating disorders. Come find out, well, apparently she was saying that she had special training programs for people who had eating disorders. Come find out that was not the case, and it was leading to It was leading to problems with those clients. And as you can imagine, if you're offering somebody with an eating disorder specialized training and you're not actually doing that, that can be very dangerous. Yeah, exactly. So you just kind of want to stay away from that if that's not what you're actually doing. So I thought this case was really interesting, and it made me kind of think about the fitness industry in general. And the fitness industry in the last, I guess, really probably 5, 6, maybe 7 years or so with online, with Instagram and YouTube and things like that, has really gotten out of hand. Someone can feel like they can go to the gym, lose weight, get muscles, whatever, and can start their own YouTube page and start their own Instagram account, showing other people the exercises they do, what they're eating, and then people will follow them and then start to ask them, hey, what did you do to look like this, right? And then before you know it, you will start turning. You start thinking, well, maybe I should package up the program I did, package up the macros that I did or whatever, and start shipping that out to people and start making money. And that's really, really dangerous because each person is different. I mean, there is some type of general plan you want to follow for each person, given they don't have, restrictions in diet and things like that. but it's really specialized, right? And each person should be treated with a certain level of care. So I think that's where that's gotten really dangerous. But I looked at two other uh let's call them fitness influencers, just to kind of see if they were getting, similar accusations, were they getting good reviews, bad reviews. So one of them I looked at was V Shred, right? And I'll put his some of the comments to my up here as well, right? So you can look at them. I saw good reviews, I saw bad reviews. I saw reviews that said that his customer service was really good. And if you know anything about Vince, who's the guy from V Shred, you've probably seen him on YouTube or other maybe listen to Spotify or what it could be, whatever it could be, and the commercial ads is interrupting your music or your video watching. I found it to be very annoying, but effectively, they have a program, like a workout program, as well as supplements, the larger company, and it's really like a marketing. They're really more or less a marketing company, right? Like he's the face, he's the face that they use to sell the product, and then they provide you with the customer service and the marketing behind it to get you to want to buy the product, right? So, you see people online saying some of the products didn't work for them, but they were able to reach out to customer service and able to get their refund, which that's good to know their customer service is working effectively. But then you have also other people saying that some of the programs weren't that effective. They were saying that some of the exercises they saw Vince doing online were ineffective. I know I've seen other videos from other fitness influencers saying the same thing. So that is scary, right? That the face of the videos, the guys doing the videos, may not be doing the exercises correctly, may not be putting together effective programs. So those are things you have to watch out for. And I can see where it could be confusing because you have, people on one side saying this is good, and then people on the other side saying it's bad, right? And then another fitness influencer, which I know I'm probably about to mess her name up, but I'm sorry. It's owner's name is Sumit Sahi. She's a fitness influencer, and I looked at some of her reviews as well. And some of her reviews, she had good reviews and bad reviews. She had people saying that, she's one of the best fitness influencers they worked with. They lost 44 pounds. Those are all great things, right? But then you had other people saying that her consultation fees were $300 up front and then $300 on the back end for that month. So that was all in at $600 for basically like a month of training. That, and that was online training as well as like the macro consultation. And when you think about it, for the average person, the $600 is a lot of money to get, online training that's not necessarily going to be overly personalized. It's only one person. You got to consider how many clients she's taking on. So that's a lot to take. That's a lot of money to be giving somebody for something that you want to be personalized, right? And I'm not knocking either one of these people, right? Because at the end of the day, I do think, there's people out there who did get legitimate results. And I do think people are actually following these programs, generally speaking, and are getting the results that they're looking for. But I think you have to think about it. You have to think about what you're trying to get out of these programs, right? So generally speaking, when you're trying to get into fitness, you're going to have, your compound movements, your isolation movements. Maybe you're going to do some cardio, things like that. There's this general template of stuff you can do. And I think most fitness influencers do a very good job of hitting those big points. And I think, generally speaking, for most people, those exercises are going to do well. Now, sometimes maybe a person has prior injuries. Maybe they're heavier set, so they can't do some of the plyometric things. And yes, and those things should be taken into consideration. But I think, generally speaking, when you're looking for a really personalized workout, you're probably not going to get that from an online coach because they have X amount of clients, and based on the questionnaire you gave them, you probably fit into this you probably fit into the 95th percentile, right? So if you look at the bell curve, you're right in the middle, right? Or you're right in the middle, basically, effectively saying that you meet your body, your health is right in line with everybody else. So generally speaking, we can give you the same program with maybe a few tweaks as we can give to everybody else. So when I think about that, when I'm going online and I see the reviews, I'm like, okay, I can see why people would be confused about these reviews. So I think it's worth when you're going online to think about what are you trying to effectively do. So I think it's worth people thinking about getting back into this mindset of, okay, if I'm trying to do fitness and I want to do a personalized workout, why not look at things like the YMCA, LA Fitness? I looked at the YMCA in the greater Charlotte area. That's where I live, and they were offering different type of training programs, right? It's like a 30-minute session, a 60-minute session, and a 90-minute session. I believe, correct, if I'm correct, I believe if you do like a monthly, monthly session sign up, you get $10 each session, and you can buy your sessions out in advance, right? So for like 24 sessions, I think it was like $30 a session. So you can get the $10 off each session, so now it's like $20. And I think when I did the math, I want to say it was around. I have to check again, but it was reasonable, right? I think it was probably, it was like somewhere in the 200 plus range per month for getting your workouts. If you worked out, you did your sessions 3 times a week. So you can go to these sessions, learn from a trainer, do it for 2 months, learn the exercises, learn to do them properly, how to put these movements together. And I would think on the other side, that 2 months, you can probably now customize your own workouts, and you only spend maybe $500, even $600, as opposed to going on, and you're able to work with somebody face to face and get that face to face contact to learn the movements properly and build that relationship. Whereas when you're going online, working with a fitness influencer and not physically seeing them, you have to consider, how many clients they have, do they have the time for you? And then, so it's just, you're not getting the same personalized experience as you would with somebody face to face. So again, you want to make sure that you're checking the reviews online, going on different websites, looking for reviews that have actual substance, because you're gonna have people who are gonna troll and say things like, oh, well, I think, or like, for example, they may say, oh, I think so-and-so has like a BBL, right? Do they have proof of that? You may read that and be like, oh, I don't even want to mess with that. I don't want to look at that person. And that person actually could be a legitimate trainer with a good program. So you got to take things with a grain of salt. You want to look for actual substance and see if you can see those reviews being repeated. And if you can see them being repeated, then it's probably a good chance that, that those reviews are actually valid. But if you're seeing varying responses, then maybe something you may want to look at. Because again, you may not have a Planet Fitness near you. You may not have a LA Fitness or YMCA. So you may have to work out at home. So you may want to buy your weights, buy your bands and things like that, and then get an online coach. So I understand your position, but you want to do the proper research to save yourself the heartache of having to get into a lawsuit like in the Brittany Dawn situation. And that's not, and nobody wants to see that. We all want to see people be able to succeed in life and whatever that is. It's a weight loss goal, you're trying to gain weight, trying to start a business. So I just think I just think it's really important that everyone spends the time to do their research. So that's all I want to do for this video. Please check out more of our content for the Common Sense Podcast. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. I'll check you guys out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.